Will Shadeur Sanders stay the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns going into week one? Now, that is a good question. While Shador Sanders is getting the start for week one of the preseason, it's got a lot of people kind of baffled why that is. And I even seen Stephen A. Smith saying that he kind of feels like the owner is kind of setting Shador up to fail. But even though I think Shador got a raw deal, I mean, just the reputation of his father just kind of doomed him, which it kind of is just crazy. Like, just going on that real quick, if your dad is Deion Sanders and he ruins your draft status, then I'm guessing the league didn't really love Deion the way that they said they did. You know, cocky and arrogant, you still loved him. So the Cleveland Browns are starting Shador Sanders week one of the preseason. So I think it's a good idea. My perception is they're just going to throw him in the fire and see what he's got. While a lot of people think that he is overrated, this is his shot to just kind of, put up some good numbers. Flacco, who is, I think, the projected starter, he won't be playing at all, and they're going to give a big chunk to Shador. I honestly think he's probably going to probably play the first like three quarters. That's my guess. If you really want to get a taste of who he's going to be, or just a sample size to see what you have. And I know with the whole draft thing and everything, it's kind of like I think the Browns want to see what they got because they got like 10 quarterbacks in camp and stuff, and the media is just ripping them apart. And but I think this is what you got to do. And if you're Shador Sanders, you go in to this start in the preseason and you never give them a reason to put those other quarterbacks on the roster in the starting spot. So you go ball out. I'm one guy that I believe is Shador. Like Colorado wouldn't have the acclaim that it has, right now if it wasn't for him and Travis Hunter, obviously Dion. But he's one of those pieces, and I think he's a good kid that got a bad rap. And I think he's someone that puts in the time in the film room and everything, training, and he's dealt with a lot since the draft. His dad having cancer, keeping it kind of private, and him kind of going through the motions right now. And something that I really like that he did that no one told him to do, he told his dad Dion, he told him, "Don't come to training camp to watch me. Watch me when I'm in the starting spot, and then we can celebrate. But I'm putting in work right now," and I can appreciate that because not a lot of young guys, young kids, young athletes like just want to put in work. They rather take the distraction than getting into the nitty gritty. So I can appreciate that about Shador, and I think he's gonna have a good outing. We'll see how it goes, and props to Shador Sanders for putting in the work, and let's see if it pans out.